Okay. Jody has turned on the recording for tonight. I would like to welcome everyone to the Village of Lansing Board of Trustees meeting for Monday, May 6, 2024. Want to especially welcome Susan Ainsley back, who was recently reelected, and Kathleen Yen as our.
Both of you, congratulations.
We have a full board.
The first order is, I'm calling the meeting to order at 7:31. And the first order of business is to call the roll. Susan Ainsley.
Present.
Wolfgang Bulmer is absent tonight. Carolyn Greenwald.
Here.
Kathleen Yen.
Present.
Ronnie Hardaway is present. Okay, thank you. Everyone who is supposed to be here is here. I will open the public comment period, and I would need a second for that.
Second.
Susan seconds. I don't see anyone in the room. There doesn't seem to be anyone online either. Correct, Jody?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Hearing and seeing none for public comment period, I will move that we close the public comment period.
Second.
Susan seconds. Okay.
You get the next one. Competing.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I got a real letter. Oh, no. I got all these real mail. I feel so bad. Oh, my God, all these kids wrote letters.
You belittle youth. Look what happened.
I got mail.
Carol and I got some too. I answered them all. It was, I enjoyed it.
I feel so bad.
Don't send them a letter, just tell them you set up a play date.
I'm obviously going to write back to everybody.
Due to your busy schedule, you just got around to answering their letters.
Because I don't check my mail.
Because she has you to do it.
Yeah, okay, so, moving on, Carolyn. Our next order of business is to consider the licensing agreement for the second driveway at East Point Apartments. Jody had forwarded to us all of the license agreement. Did everyone get a chance to look at that? Have questions?
I didn't see it, so I'll abstain from this.
Okay, what it is, a brief explanation is, there is a drawing here. This is the north side of Bomex Drive. East Point is on the south side. The only entrance right now for cars or trucks is the far eastern entrance and exit. This other entrance and exit was made for emergency vehicles only. East Point Apartments has asked if they could open that up for traffic so that we would have two points. I guess it's going to become almost a one-way, where the eastern end is the entrance and the western end would become the exit. And our license agreement gives them permission to put two stop signs two signs at that, where it meets the street, the curb cut of the street, so that people will know to stop leaving. So we require a license for that because that is normally the village's easement. So,
And the attorneys draw that up for us.
right. So Peter and Natalie drew up the licensed agreement, and so this has been in the works for a while. I don't know how long, but
Years.
we've been trying to do, at least 2 years. We've been trying to do it, so we finally got all the parties together, and I think we're there. So are there questions about any of the wording?
No.
It's a lot of wording for two signs.
Well,
danger. $1 a word, right?
Danger invites rescue.
I know, but I found no problem with it. It was very legal. Legally, so that's fine. Also, this is the drawing. Kathy, of approximately where the signs would go. Right now, there is a metal gate that's locked except for emergency vehicle only. At some point, when all of this is taken care of, that gate would be taken down, and it would just become a normal entrance, or I guess.
I think the signage is designed to make that a one-way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
An exit.
Because there are only two stop signs on each side to make sure they,
All right, and
Do not enter from the
Enter.
other side, I think.
yes,
yes. So I guess there will be some time period when people who are used to coming into and out of one spot might have to relearn, but anyway,
or drive faster.
right,
Great,
there is that.
always something for lawyers to do. That's
Always something.
So
fix the problem we caused.
we need to, I guess, vote whether I should sign this agreement tonight. So I will move that we consider letting me sign the license agreement for the second driveway at East Point Apartments.
I'll second.
Carolyn seconds. Is there any other discussion or questions? Feel free to ask Kathy if you don't know, if you're not certain.
Just in terms of the language, the village attorney's gone over it, it complies with all of it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And because I'm a resident, do I need to abstain?
No.
Thank you.
If you were an officer of the apartments, maybe.
No.
And I've noticed that Jody's copy, East Point has already signed this, so when I sign it, it will become official. So, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do you need my vote?
You have a right to vote. You can,
And I abstain since I didn't actually read it.
yes, we could still pass it, that's fine.
Yeah.
3 ayes and 1 abstention by Kathy. So thank you all. I will sign this after tonight's meeting, and we will get it forwarded on to Jody to file it for us. Okay. Okay, the next part of our meeting is our annual organizational meeting. Every time you're a new trustee, Kathy, this is your very first meeting. It is an unusual meeting because there are so many things we have to do at the beginning of our budget year. We have to do all these resolutions and appoint everyone, so this is an unusual meeting. You probably have sat in on some before.
I did, I wrote notes on it.
It is a remarkable performance by the mayor. I mean, last year was
We
fabulous.
shall see.
Yeah, we're testing.
Maybe we're gonna set the timer.
Okay.
It's driven him to drink already.
I promise you it is only soda. Keep my throat wet. Okay. The first resolution is to the appointment of James McCauley as member of the planning board. I am not going to read all the resolutions, but I will move this resolution. I'll need a second.
Second.
Kathy seconds. Is there any discussion about this resolution? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. The next resolution that I am moving is the appointment of Yamila Fournier as an alternate member of the planning board until May 2025.
Second.
Second.
I think Susan beat you to it.
Susan,
okay.
you'll have to be faster and louder.
There you go. I'll be loud.
Is there any discussion or questions about this one?
No.
All of those in favor for this resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on, the next resolution is the appointment of Andrea Minka to the Board of Zoning Appeals for a term ending in May 2029. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Next resolution is the appointment of Carolyn Greenwald as Village of Lansing Deputy Mayor for 1 more year.
Second.
Got some competition now.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Jody can choose.
I think Susan was faster again.
Any questions or,
Practice.
are there any questions or concerns about Carolyn being deputy mayor?
No,
I want to thank you, Carolyn.
thank you.
All those in favor of appointing Carolyn as deputy mayor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving on. The next resolution, I think we'll have to skip. John Dennis no longer wants to be our representative to the Environmental Management Council. Period of 1 year, we will have to find a new representative, and at that point, appoint them. So we will have to skip this one for this year. John has been that representative for many years, as long as I can remember. He's just wanting to move on, so.
Do you need an interim?
It would be nice to find someone. If you can think of anyone, you could put them in touch with me, and I can speak with them, and see if we can get them on a future. Tonight's probably not the right time. We need to talk with them to be sure they're interested. Okay. So we'll skip that resolution. Moving to the next resolution that I am moving, is the appointment of Mike Scott to the Stormwater Coalition of Tompkins County for a period of 1 year. Your second?
Second.
Kathy seconds. Are there any, excuse me, questions or concerns about this resolution? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, this next one is the resolution that always garners at least a little bit of discussion. The official newspaper of the village, Jody has given us a little write-up above this resolution that pretty much it's our only choice at the moment. So until the state decides that there are other types of newspapers that would be credible for this role, we are stuck with the Ithaca Journal.
Ithaca pamphlet, did you say?
Ithaca Journal, I won't say what other people have called it, but anyway. So I will move resolution to make the Ithaca Journal our official newspaper for the village.
Second.
Susan seconds. Any discussion?
Can we add a secondary, an online secondary?
We don't have to do that.
We don't have.
You're only required to do paper. I mean, you can do as many different ones as you want.
It doesn't prevent us from using
It
it.
doesn't prevent us from doing it, it's just
But for,
We
required.
don't have to actually
for
put this
official
in.
notifications and so forth, it has to at least go into this one.
Yeah, by law, we need a resolution that sets it up so that we can say we comply with the
So we
notice
don't,
requirements.
so just the primary, we don't have to put the secondaries in.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, right now, it goes on in the paper, and then it goes online, and then it also goes on the bulletin board.
you do post.
Yes.
So, I mean, you have to do that.
okay. Thank you.
A lot of different news pathways are covered, but this is the only one the state will accept. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, the next resolution is for official holidays, meeting days with the holidays showing when we might not meet, that Jody has printed out for us. So I'm moving the resolution, the establishment of meeting days, which is the first and third Mondays of the month at 7:30, and the second Thursday following the first Monday of the month at 12 noon, which has not changed since I've been here. I need a second.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion or concern? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 We will continue to meet. Okay, the next resolution is adopting the rules of procedure for the Board of Trustees of the Village of Lansing.
The light switch.
It's Okay, I'll wait for you to get back, Carol. Thank you.
That was an alarm.
So Kathy, for your benefit, the rules of the procedure of the Board of Trustees, it's not very long, but that's pretty much covering all of the rules for the meetings. So it's a good thing to put somewhere and look at it once in a while. Okay, so I will move the resolution adopting rules of procedure for the Board of Trustees of the Village of Lansing.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor
Wait,
say.
sorry.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Carolyn.
A quorum of the board must be physically present to conduct business. Is that required by New York State law?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's exactly the best that we can do in terms of physically present? There's no wiggle room there? Okay,
Not now.
okay.
Yeah.
COVID is over.
Yeah,
Voting, is it only physically present or with the online? If
Online can vote if they have, like, there is a rule written up that says why you can miss.
we adopted
Yes.
policy.
But did that expire yet?
I don't believe it has
Or
expired.
does it expire July 1st?
July, I think.
End of June, maybe, yeah.
I think it expires July 1st.
Yeah, and then it's up
That's
for
okay.
renewal.
Yeah, it's possible it will be renewed because I think a lot of organizations and entities have found it useful.
Yeah.
It's on our webpage. Let me tell you where it is. It's right below,
It's worked really well.
it's right below the village meeting minutes. There's a little green button down there. That's the procedures for Village of Lansing video conferencing law. So that'll tell you. But it might expire. We won't know until later.
But right now,
It's-
virtually, the vote does count in present,
As long
present,
as there's a quorum.
Yeah.
as long as there's a quorum.
Quorum only counts physical bodies in the room. We have to have 3 people in the room for a quorum to be met.
If there's a 5-member board,
I'm sorry?
when there is a 5-member board,
Oh, well, it
it's
says,
not all boards are.
Well,
It
so
says-
basically, if it's a legislature and there's 12, their quorum is what?
different.
Different, yeah.
I've been to too many NICOM trainings.
Confuse her.
She's going to go.
Well, the thing it says is, a quorum of the board must be, and this is the first time I've caught this. A quorum of the board must be physically present to conduct business. A quorum of the 5-member board of trustees is 3, regardless of vacancies. So if you're 4, it's still 3. If you're 3, it's still 3. You can't have a quorum of 2 if there are 2 vacancies, so it has to be 3.
Okay, there's 3, you might as well not meet 3 vacancies.
Bills don't get paid.
Yes, yeah. Any other discussion about this resolution? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Did we second?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did before discussion. Okay, moving on.
We have to decide, I think, we only budgeted for 1 trustee to go, if I recall. Not 2.
Oh, really?
For me and a trustee to go.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think we should,
I mean, we can
I'll
always change it
do.
if you want more to go. I mean, it's no big deal.
people want to go, I always think it's so valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking about going this year too, so I haven't been in a while.
And I'd like to go.
Kathy is a prime candidate,
And
so
it's
she goes
always
first.
better if there's-
Okay, so who are we authorizing to
Yeah,
go?
to talk.
Authorizing Kathy, you, anyone else?
Well, if you want to go ahead.
I was asked to try to go last year, but I couldn't. This year I can,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, and I've been the last 2 years, so it's only right.
Okay,
I'll catch up on the videos after.
okay.
You miss the parties.
I beg your pardon?
You'll miss the parties.
Peter, just for the record, I am not the party girl.
I attend them all, it's good networking.
I thought she was gonna say I am the party, not I'm not the party girl. I totally misread that. It's really fun, actually. It's also very, very informative.
It'd be really good.
It's also fun.
Yeah, it's a great conference. It's one of the best conferences I've ever attended as far as
They do a great job.
information intense and
Useful information.
great presentations, and you make a lot of good contacts within the state and within local municipalities. You get to hear about what people are doing, and what problems they're having, and how they've solved things. It's really great. So,
And in terms of budgets too,
yeah, oh, yeah,
how fortunate we are in this village.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, any other discussion about this resolution? All those in favor, say aye.
Second,
A second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Okay. All right, I will move the next resolution, from code and zoning officer to training. This is to grant permission for Mike Scott to attend Planning Federation and STB, that's actually supposed to be STBOA, STBOA conferences and code classes. I need someone to second that.
Second,
That was a tie. Let's give it to Kathy this time.
yes, please. You may have. to
Kathy
second.
seconded. Is there any discussion or concern? No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next resolution, authorization to pay claims prior to audit. This allows Jody in certain cases to pay claims prior to an audit, just so that we won't incur any finance charges, et cetera. It just happens occasionally. But Jody lets us know when she has to do that, so she's very good
so
about it.
basically, if I have to pay a bill beforehand, it will be on the abstract. So you approve the abstract, so you'll be approving it at that time.
Right,
Second,
okay.
you didn't move.
I move it, Kathy seconds. Any concerns or discussion about this resolution? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. The next resolution is a salary for the Board of Trustees. Be resolved, the salaries of the Board of Trustees, the mayor hereby set at $18,000 for the mayor, $7,000 for each of the 4 remaining trustees for this year. I will move that resolution.
Second,
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion?
no.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The next resolution is compensation for the planning board, and this is, planning board members is set at $10,000 for the chairman and $5,000 for each of the 4 members for fiscal year 24-25. I will move that.
A second,
Susan seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next resolution is compensation for Board of Zoning Appeals. The compensation paid to the BZA members is hereby set at $100 per meeting for each of the 5 members for the fiscal year 2024-25. I will move that resolution.
second,
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next resolution, appointment of elected member to the Southern Cayuga Lake Intermunicipal Water Commission. I will be appointed that as this is more commonly called the Bolton Point meetings, but the official name of the commission is the Southern Cayuga Lake Intermunicipal Water Commission. I am the elected member of that as mayor. I will move that resolution.
Second,
Kathy seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next resolution is appointment of non-elected member to the Southern Cayuga Lake Intermunicipal Water Commission. Don Hartill has, I guess, continued to agree to be the non-elected member. Don comes to, I think he's missed maybe 2 meetings in the last year.
He's still the chair.
His chair?
Is he the chair of that committee?
I don't think so. I think it's Jack, no, it's Rodhell.
Right now.
Rodhell. But Don does participate.
He has chaired it before.
He has chaired it, yes, yeah. I will move that resolution. Kathy seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next resolution is appointment of Susan Ainsley to the Cayuga Lake Watershed Intermunicipal Organization. This is another organization that sounds similar, but it is not. It's basically dealing with the Cayuga Lake Watershed Intermunicipal Organization.
And recreation.
Peter.
Sorry, I can't control myself.
It deals with water quality rather than water distribution. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Kathy second. You're being appointed, you can't say.
Oh, sorry. It's a knee-jerk. It's a knee-jerk.
Are there any,
Which organization?
is there any discussion or concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, good deal. Next resolution is appointment of me, Ronnie Hardaway as chair, and Kathleen Yen and Lynn Leopold as members to the Climate Smart Communities CSC Task Force. Let's change this to also say, and the Clean Energy Communities.
So what are we changing?
Just adding Clean Energy Communities,
Okay.
CEC, to the end of that. We combined both of those clean energy thrusts within one group, because as you're working on one task for one of those programs, most likely you're also completing a task for the other one. So it just kind of keeps us focused on, and not reinventing the wheel for each of those 2 programs, so.
You don't want to have 2 separate committees?
Do I have a volunteer? No, it works well having them both in one room at the same time and get everything covered at once. So I will move this resolution.
What were you appointing yourself?
Oh, that's right, I can't.
I'll move this resolution.
And I'll,
Thank you, Carolyn.
and I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. Payback. Okay, is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. And welcome aboard, Kathy. I think you'll like it. It's interesting.
When do you meet? As needed.
What?
When do you meet?
The third Thursday of the month. I can tell you, and I'll tell you after the.
After,
I'll tell you.
yep,
I'll add you to the list so you get the email.
got it.
Moving to the next resolution, appointment of me as a representative and Carolyn Greenwald as the alternate representative to the Greater Tompkins County Health Insurance Consortium, and Jody Dake as the benefits administrator. I will need someone to move that. Kathy moves.
Second.
Susan seconds. This is basically our health insurance consortium. They don't have many meetings now. They've moved to quarterly meetings. The meetings are information intense and acronym heavy. Just saying, but it is a great health consortium. They've done a really good job keeping our health insurance costs down, and they're continuing to expand coverage to all sorts of non-Tompkins County entities. So someone will have to move that resolution.
I'll move.
Kathy moves.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next resolution is my appointment as the chair, and Carolyn Greenwald, Lynn Leopold, and Larry Bieri as members of our Greenway Committee.
I'll move.
Kathy moves.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion about this? Concerns? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Great. Next resolution is appointment of Ronnie Hardaway to the Ithaca International Air Services Board.
I so move.
I'll second.
Carolyn seconds. This board, I am a non-voting member of the Air Services Board at this time. For Lansing vote comes from the town supervisor for some reason. But I do attend the meetings and just kind of keep my ear open for anything generally that might impact the village. It's typically, I think, related to infrastructure work that might be impacted or code enforcement. So I bring.
How often do you meet?
Monthly, but they have skipped a couple of meetings. It's been a while since we've met, so it's usually within the first 10 days of the month, and I haven't seen anything this month, so I'm not sure we're meeting this month either. So, okay, I will need someone to move this resolution.
I'll move.
Kathy moves,
Second.
Susan seconds.
No, wait a second, you already did that, you already did Ainsley and Greenwald,
Oh,
and then you talked about the airport.
Oh, did I? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, we're good, you don't have to vote again.
Okay. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We didn't vote. Okay. The next resolution is the appointment of Wolfgang Bulmer as representative on the Joint Youth Commission for the Village of Lansing. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next resolution is appointment of Carolyn Greenwald as representative on the Youth Services Recreational Partnership for the Village of Lansing.
move.
I
Sorry.
second.
Kathy?
Second.
She did. Okay, I was too busy
It's okay.
scribbling out.
All right. Is there any discussion about this? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Right. Next resolution is the appointment of Ronnie Hardaway as representative and Carolyn Greenwald as alternate on the Tompkins County Council of Governments. This is also called TCOG for the Village of Lansing. Need someone to move that. Kathy moves. Need a second.
Second.
Susan seconds. Any discussion about TCOG? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next resolution is the appointment of Mike Baker as the Village of Lansing representative on the Tompkins County Planning Federation. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Carolyn seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next resolution is the appointment of Mike Scott as the Village of Lansing representative on the Stormwater Council for Tompkins County. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next resolution is the appointment of Lynn Leopold as the Village of Lansing representative on the Tompkins County Water Resources Council. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next resolution is the appointment of Susan Ainley as the Village of Lansing representative on the Youth Services Board. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Kathy seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next resolution is for our mileage reimbursement rate. The current rate is 67 cents per mile. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The current rate is 67 cents a mile.
Yeah. Okay, for the next few resolutions, We had some policies and documents to read through. Did everyone have a chance to look at those? Yeah. First resolution is for our procurement policy. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Carolyn seconds. Are there any questions or concerns about the procurement policy?
I just had a question. 34.3, documentation required. And the use of the word verbal quotes in 34.1B, C, could that be replaced with digital, since documentation is required, and if it's verbal, it's hard to document?
That's what the law says right there. So we're just passing the law, that has to be verbal. So you have to call and get quotes. So for instance, a lot of times it is done digitally, but a lot of times they won't do it digitally. So, I mean, if you could, and then you would be stuck, and we have hard enough time getting bids anyway, so.
So the new phone system, computerized phone system, it's only if there's a message of, oh, okay.
State law limits what we can do very frequently, or dictates what we have to do. And I've always thought that was a curious way to do it as well, but it's, as Jody points out, it's very hard to find vendors to bid on anything if they have to be put through a lot of paperwork and trouble.
So that's state law. Okay, thank you.
We hear about that, you know, government red tape kind of stuff all the time.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll learn a lot of this when you go to NICOM.
I won't have the list of questions like this.
Oh, no, this is good.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
So basically, why we have that is so that I just don't go down here to the corner store and spend $20 on something that I could get at Lowe's for $5. So, but on a bigger scale.
Right.
That's why you have procurement.
Right. Yeah, I was just confused by, you know,
language.
documentation, the language, you know, and how do you document something that's verbal?
Right. Right.
But you notice it's lower dollar amounts too, so.
Yeah, anything, yeah, the lower, the higher ones, there's definitely a lot of paper to document the bids. Okay, the next resolution is our investment policy. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Let's see, for that one, I had a question. In our list of the banks or the depository names, Tompkins Trust Company, they've changed their name to Tompkins Community Bank.
Right.
I don't know if it causes a problem. It shouldn't.
I will just,
It should be.
it shouldn't, no, but, so let's just add that to the resolution
Okay.
with the update of the name of the bank to
Tompkins Community Bank.
Community Bank. Okay,
Thank you.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
They wanted the word community in there, I think. Seriously,
Funny, because it's so much less official than
Marketing.
trust.
yeah.
It's,
It's less bankish.
I was just talking it over with Deborah, because I did a search on Tompkins Trust Company. The headline of the fines said Tompkins Trust, but then all it talked about was Tompkins Community Bank. And Deborah found some details that showed that a lot of their banks were no longer close, and they wanted to, as Peter said, let people know that they still are a bank for our community. But a lot of their offices are not within Tompkins County, they're not within the state of New York.
they're in Cortland.
They're all around, so
Syracuse, Pennsylvania.
I just wasn't, My only concern is that if it's an official name now, that if
Yeah, definitely.
we need to match it,
Yep,
so that's all.
I try.
For whatever reason they changed their name, we should change it too, so, okay. Any other discussion on the investment policy? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Resolution, next resolution is designation of depositories. It's got a similar thing, Jody. The Tompkins Trust Company is in this. Also, if we can change it to Tompkins Community Bank there. I will move this resolution.
Second.
Sorry, Susan seconds.
So as amended.
Do you have anything?
No, just as amended
Okay.
for both.
I moved and Susan seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Our next resolution is for the capital assets policy. Basically how we account for all of our capital assets, and we have a biennial audit, physical inventory. I was gonna ask Jody, it's not pertinent to our passing, when is our next physical inventory?
It's done at the end of every year
Oh, so it's not,
with the
in
AUD.
there. And so that's part of their audit, is to also go through our physical,
We do it because we have to do Gatsby 34, which
is part of the
Get,
AUD.
does the depreciation and
Okay,
all
all
that
right,
fun
all right.
stuff.
So it's really, it's annual. It's every other year, okay, good. Okay, I will move the capital assets policy resolution.
Second.
Carolyn seconds. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the last resolution is workplace violence policy and incident reporting. I will move that resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion, concerns?
Who's the authorized employee rep?
Me.
And
Should be,
the village,
I'm sorry?
says representative of the village and authorized employee rep? Are there, I just read it to mean two.
I'm the employee person.
Okay, Jody,
Yeah.
got it.
I am your
I assumed.
resource girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I see that there's the copy of the policy, or a copy of the form, the incident form.
There's two, yeah.
The incident form, is that in our?
Well, the incident form, you're not gonna get the incident form because there's not an incident.
Right.
If you have an incident, I'll give you one.
No, I meant, is this attached to this
A blank incident
policy?
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is there blank?
It's attached to the policy. You actually got one, didn't you?
Maybe, was there a third page?
Huh?
Was there a third page?
The one that I saw ended,
It ends with the signature.
Oh, it didn't show up on mine, sorry.
it didn't show up on mine either.
Okay.
So,
There's not another page. There's only 2 pages to that.
So if-
There's the whole policy, but then there's that incident,
Which would be filled in.
because you're required to
So there
have.
isn't like a blank form?
No, there's no checklist.
Got it.
yeah, I thought that there was a blank.
I thought there was a blank form.
We've never used one, so no one's seen it.
And we don't plan to.
Knock on wood.
Okay, I move the resolution.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
I just have one question about a potential resolution. So I was appointed to the Town of Lansing Trails Committee by the town of Lansing at their organizational meeting. And is that sufficient, or should we also, am I representing the village on that meeting, or am I just a citizen of the town on that committee?
Do they require you to be appointed?
They never mentioned it to me. They appointed me. Yes, I guess, yes, because
You're
I've been,
a town, you're a town resident,
yes.
so they appointed you that way.
So you don't
You
feel,
just report to us.
like rec partnership is like you need to be appointed by your
Yes.
municipality. They didn't say that to me. Okay, they're my municipality.
If at some point they do want something official, we can do it at any
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
And then if
done
they
now.
decide that they want that, then I'll add it.
I don't think they will.
to the Meeting for the next.
I don't think so either. I think it's a lot less formal.
Okay.
So, thank you, that's all of our organizational meeting. The next portion of our meeting are my mayor's comments. I really don't have any comments for tonight. Just like I said at the beginning, I wanted to congratulate Susan and Kathy on their election. I look forward to working with you both, continue working with you, Susan, and future work with you, Kathy. So I think it'd be great. One thing I did want to tell you, and that's just for the recording. You all received that we did get the Trails and Parks grant from the county for $5,000 to go toward replacing the wooden bridge over in Lansing Trails. So when we work on that this year, we just need to turn in invoices for the materials spent, purchased for that, and as long as it's at least $5,000, they will send us $5,000. It won't come close to covering it all, but at least it will help us a little bit.
Thank you.
So that's done. That's all I have for tonight. So we'll go around the table. Susan, do you have anything?
No, nothing from me. I forwarded on the Quio and the youth services. And I'm very happy that youth services in particular, well, Quio also, they will send digitally, on minutes, and they hadn't necessarily done that in the past, especially youth services, because you can easily click.
Right.
Otherwise, we'd be here for 20 minutes, me trying to highlight, and it's much more efficient and informative, so I was happy to see that.
Good. Jody, do you have anything for us tonight? Kathy?
No, which, other than, there's going to be a disaster drill at the airport. I think it's June 15th.
Oh, really?
Besides with the pancake.
Okay.
pancakes and
believe-
disasters, the perfect combination. Classic America right there.
I think, I meant to bring it and I didn't, so, in June, there will be a drill. That much I do know, and I believe it's the 15th.
Great. Anything else?
Fun.
Yeah, it should be. Anything else, Kathy?
No. Other than thank you, guys. Thank you for the work on the grant, and thank you for the notes, and,
Yeah, you did a great job on that.
yeah.
I'm not surprised that we got it.
It was actually pretty easy. So, but you're welcome.
Thank you, Jody, for all your work on the budget. And for putting this together.
So the Town Trails Committee has gotten feedback from the town board that they would like more details regarding any kind of proposals before they sort of give the green light for just that they're approving of the trails going forward and that they are in support of seeking funding. The committee had to ask them to just give a general resolutions in support so that they could seek funding specifically. The next thing they want to do is seek funding for the planning stage. So planning funding is what they wanted to seek, and you need resolution. The town board kind of said, we need more details. So they put together everything that we have in a PowerPoint presentation, and so that's being polished right now and going to be submitted to the committee. And that's that committee, and Kathleen and I, do you go by Kathy? Because I sort of heard
I
Ron calling you
answered
Kathy.
anything.
What do you prefer?
Kathleen.
Okay, so Kathleen and I met today. It was our first meeting for the Comprehensive Plan Committee, along with Yamila and Susan Lustig. And the thing that we're going to be working on first is developing a survey. Short and easy survey for the villagers to fill out, one for residents and one for businesses, to answer some general questions, and then the last question will be like, do you want to answer more questions? And then there'll be phase two for those people who are like, yes, I would love to answer more survey questions right now. So we.
Send this out.
We discussed that, and Susan Lustig was like, don't you have everyone in the village's email addresses? And what I wanted to do was, try to get a contact for each apartment building, because I'm gonna assume that most of the apartments and a fair number of neighborhoods have listservs. And so I want to start by collecting a list of listservs, like I know my neighborhood has a listserv. I bet your apartment house has a listserv, don't they?
I think you won that bet.
Okay, good. So I'm thinking that that's going to be one area of outreach. Another area of outreach, Yamila said that, she said that, you guys can tell me if this is true, she said that 90 people a time period use the compost drop-off. So if we had like a table out there during those 4 hours, she said 90 people would come by and drop off their compost on a given day. Is that number in the accurate range?
Close.
I don't know, but
We can ask them. They've never reported to us.
I was shocked to hear that number. I thought that was crazy high, but she wants a table at locations, and that was one location that came up.
But here's the thing, yeah, well, yeah, pretty much anybody can drop off there. It's
Yeah.
county.
So, you know, we would,
Right,
we
yeah.
have to make sure that there was,
How do you know that you're not having the same person fill out a survey again and again and again, at this location, at this location?
well, you put in your email address, you're gonna really do a lot of fake surveys, I mean, I guess. I'm not suspecting that a lot of people are gonna wanna like survey bomb us, but we can think about that. Do you have idea, well, obviously, we'll put it in the newsletter, because our goal right now is to have a survey done by the end of the summer and start the community outreach for the fall. So we'll be in the village newsletter. Do you have other ideas?
October,
Okay, that's fine. I
we
mean,
want to have it done this summer.
no, we want to have the questionnaire done.
Oh,
We want to have the questions done.
okay.
So the outreach will continue the entire time, really, until the comprehensive plan is finished, but we're trying to get the majority of it done in the fall through the beginning of next winter. So figure in the next 10 months, 10, yeah, but if it continued on after that, that would be okay too. Because once we have a fair amount of survey answers, if more people continue to participate in the survey, that's fine, we can monitor their responses, it won't necessarily change our general write-up for the comp plan.
it might reinforce what you're already doing.
But I'm very happy to hear any kind of suggestions you have about how you might want to, we were asked,
I don't want to do a mass mailing, because that's expensive and ridiculous.
well, I don't want to do a mass mailing either, because I think people throw it in the garbage.
Yep.
But I would love to email groups that we have, like resident groups, like, and I would love to, do outreach if there is some available times and places. So, and I'm also open to ideas, please. So survey is the first task on our list, and developing a timeline just for the comprehensive plan in general. And, yeah, I'm just happy we got started. Jody, do you have any resources with regard to their original? So I know Pat did the surveying of the businesses.
The information,
You do?
Good.
I have it right in a cupboard down there.
Okay.
All of it.
I might swing by if that's okay and take a look.
Sure.
Great.
Oh, I do have one thing. I don't think I'll be back in time on Thursday, for the Thursday noon. I'm going to be out of,
This would be on the 16th.
oh, it's the 16th.
Yeah.
Oh, then I will be
It's
here.
10 days from today.
Okay, so I had the wrong date. I thought it was.
It's okay, Kathy. It's
I
like
thought it was-
whatever, the first, the third, yeah.
Because I'll be back by the 13th, before the 13th.
Yeah, I actually, my Google Calendar had our Thursday meeting down for this Thursday, too. And I said,
Yeah, I had that on my calendar, so,
Mine did too.
I'm glad I asked. So it's the 16th at noon. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, the 16th and then the 20th.
Yeah, 16th and then the 20th, yes, two more meetings this month.
And then June 3rd and June 17th. And the 13th.
Let me get my calendar up here.
Okay,
It sounds right, but I just want to make sure.
well, you won't be here on it, probably not on your calendar.
June 3rd, yeah, June 3rd is the first Monday of month, and the 13th would be the noon meeting on Thursday, and then the 17th would be the second Monday meeting, and I won't be here for any of those.
Okay, I got him. Trustee.
Grab the gavel. Carolyn,
What's that?
gotta grab the gavel from him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Please leave me your gavel. I never conduct a meeting without a gavel. I can BYO though, if you want. I have one.
Anything else for
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Susan second?
Okay.
All
Okay,
about getting the cake.
all those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
And say bye.